Hello, my lovely Sagittarians. Welcome to your September 2019 reading. This is a general reading for you, Sagittarians. It's a reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Rising and Moon sign. Also listen to your rising sign and moon sign. Some months they will resonate more for you than your sun sign will. So have a listen to that. This is a general reading for you. As I said, if you would like to have a personal reading that is specific to you, then you can book a reading with me following the link in the information below to my website and book a private reading from there. I have had some inquiries about how to find out what your rising sign and moon sign is. I have created a short video in my channel, and I'll put the link somewhere up here and in the information below, that will talk about, where I talk about what rising sign and moon sign, what significance they have in your personality and in shaping who you are. And also there's links there to websites where you can plot your natal chart, your birth chart for free. I don't have any affiliation to these sites. They're just sites I've used and I found useful. You can also Google free natal charts and choose one, type in your information, date of birth, place of birth, and it will generate a chart for you, and there you will find your rising sign and your moon sign as well. So have a listen to that video because you might find it useful and helpful in doing that, in finding what your signs are. Okay, so let's have a look at September, Sagittarius. Let's see what's going on in September. I feel as a collective Sagittarian energy this month, the word I'm getting here, and the feeling I'm getting is anxiety, is a bit of trepidation about what lies ahead. So there's just something there. What's going on there? I feel like it's more something coming from you than the reality of the situation. But let's have a look at what's being stirred up here for you for September, what it holds in detail, and see what the significance is there for you. I get the first card I've got is the Ten of Coins. The Ten of Coins or the Ten of Pentacles. I get a sense with this card that you have the keys to the kingdom, if you like. You've got the keys to the kingdom. Your financial abundance is closely tied to your emotional state, your emotions, your relationship, your status of the state of your relationship, the status of your relationship. If you're not in a relationship, there is potential there to be in a relationship, to find that significant other. And to me, if you're single and looking for someone, I feel like they're tied into the workplace. They're tied into the workplace. So it's someone that you're going to meet through work. There's someone that you're going to meet through work. If you're in a relationship, I feel like the working on your relationship also works on your financial situation. I feel like the two are linked for some reason for you. I feel like there's a connection between the two. As the relationship grows, so does the abundance grow, because you're feeling good about yourself, because you're in a good place. So effort needs to be, and for some of you, I feel like I want to say work needs to be put into both equally. So if you're working really hard and neglecting your relationship, it's time to put some time and effort into that. It's about calling in the balance between your work and your relationship and getting that balance back, getting that equilibrium back, because both are of equal importance. Okay, they're linked. They're linked. So there's also that to be had. You're crossing. What's crossing that is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is the Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Male or female, and this person is connected to that situation that I was talking about. Okay, so if this is your significant other, there needs to be some work put in there. There is some neglect there. There is work that needs to be put in to bring that relationship back up to equilibrium with what you've got on going on in your work environment, in your work life, in what you're doing. You need to find that balance so that this person here is also needing that balance, because they're quite significant in your life. For those of you that are looking to have a relationship, find someone. There is this Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, male or female person that is around. Sun, rising, moon sign can be in your work environment. That they are tied into work. That is a relationship that is there, that has potential. Someone that you're going to meet through your work, that you're going to have a connection with. If it's not a romantic connection, it is someone that is going to be of some significance in your life, where there is a connection. It can be, soulmates are not just romantic connections. They are friends, and they are work colleagues. They are people from all walks of life that you have a strong connection with. And I feel like this person, if it's not a romantic connection, is a person that is going to be quite significant in your life moving forward, that you're going to meet right at the beginning of September. I feel like it's right at the beginning of September. If you're in a relationship, then it's time to put in some effort into balancing out that relationship. That's what's being asked of you here. Okay, so that's what's being asked of you in the early stages of September. You also have the Emperor. And this is you. This is in your subconscious position in your spread. And this is you feeling very, very strong, very confident, very sure of yourself, as where you are, where you're headed, and what you're doing, like things are falling into place. Just be aware that you're not so focused on what you're doing and how you're feeling that you're shutting out people that are around you. This is what I want to say. Be inclusive of the people around you. Don't shut them out. Don't move ahead in that position of power and authority and control at the expense of loved ones or people that are significant in your life and that are around you. So there's also that. Don't be up on your pedestal, looking at the world from up high, forgetting who is there that's propping you up, who is there that is providing that stability for you. That's really important. I'm telling you to do that here. To have that level of confidence is fabulous. It's great. And to have that sense of control and that sense of achievement is really good. But just be mindful of how you're getting up there, who's helping you feel like that and get to where you're going. Don't forget the people that are supporting you as well. So that's something that's come up here for you. You've also got the Knight of Coins, and it's time. You see, this is about work. This month is really about work. It's about work and making money and progressing as well. And that makes sense to me, because that's why you've also been asked to be mindful of the balance between work and your private life as well, because you can get swept up in this, because it is moving very quickly, it is very demanding, and it is about you forging forward, charging forward. You've got the bigger picture, you've got the futuristic picture here, but you need to also be mindful of the people around you in your close vicinity, in your close circle. But the Knight of Coins speaks of charging ahead in work. So there's success coming for you in your work environment, in your workplace. If you're working for a corporation or a company or a small concern, or you have your own business, there is it's going to be busy. It's going to be productive. You're going to be asked to just forge forward. Just charge forward. Be mindful of the balance as well, because that will bring you lots of success. But what is success without the people that matter in your life? So also call in that balance. Don't feel like, because That makes sense to me. You know, you're charging ahead. Work's going really well, progressing really well. You're getting added responsibilities. You're getting added duties and importance and notoriety at work, which is making you feel really confident, really strong, really determined. Don't forget the emotional side of things. My lovely Sagittarians, don't forget the emotional side of things. You've also got the Six of Coins. So you will be compensated for the hours you put in, for the work that you do, for the efforts that you make at work. Your finances are also going to see an increase in September. In September, there's some recognition for work that you do, some recognition for things that you've done, and there is financial compensation for that. So there is a financial balance for that. Efforts out, and it's balanced by finances in. There's got to be an exchange, of an equal exchange, and that's coming in September for you. So there's an increase in finances. There's a balancing of finances for the work and the effort that you're putting in, that you're doing at work. It is seen, it is recognized, and you do get acknowledgement for that, which I really like. There is acknowledgement for that. What you're coming from the past here is that on an emotional level, I feel like in the last few months, you've really learnt about emotions. You've really learnt about there's a learning curve for you as far as emotions go, which is really interesting. You're learning a lot about emotions, about how you express your emotions, what you're prepared to put into a relationship or with other people. There's a learning curve here. What's good, what's working, what's not working, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. Just be mindful of that. There's no self-deception here. Okay, I feel like there can be self-deception to do with your emotions here. It's about not putting up walls, not putting up barriers, not shutting out emotions and saying, well, I don't need this, I'm strong, I can stand on my own. Really don't have that self-deception going on. Really be honest with yourself as far as expressing your emotions and putting out your emotions and being involved with and connecting with people around you. It can be in a relationship, it can be with family members, it can be with friends and connections that you've made. You know, again, it speaks of an equilibrium. It speaks of an equilibrium, and be honest about the importance of these relationships to you and nurture them. Don't shut them out or pretend, well, I can keep working and I'm really confident and I don't need this. Be mindful of that. Be mindful of that and really share in your emotions and your support system. So there's a nurturing of your support system here. Don't forget that through September, because you might be tempted to, because there's so much else going on with work. Let's have a look at as we progress through September. Yeah, so you've got the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups speaks of going beneath the surface with your emotions. So while you've got all these opportunities with your professional life or your work life or whatever it is that you do to earn your income, there is also this emotional side. And it's about going beneath the surface with your emotions. It's being honest with your emotions, not just floating on the surface, but going deep with your emotions, really feeling the situation, empathizing with other people, really expressing your emotions. This is what's going to be asked of you. So putting your emotions, connecting with your emotions, being honest, speaking of them, putting them out, put them out on the table, so to speak. Don't hide them. So if there's someone that you need to if there's people, friends, family, your partner, that you need to air things and talk about emotions and talk about where that's headed, that needs to happen as well in September. So that opportunity will come up for you to talk about that, to discuss that, because you've got the High Priestess, and it's divinely guided. This is the next stage. It's energy that's going to come in for you, that is around you to bring to the fore to bring forward that emotion that's not been discussed, that needs to be aired. It's not just about work, it's about, again, the balance. September is about balancing out those things. It's about following your intuition. It's about really feeling, it's connecting with the hidden. That's what I want to say to you. It's connecting with the hidden, what is not seen in with the visible eye, what is hidden. And so what I'm also hearing is, don't assume anything. Don't assume anything. Things need to be discussed and opened up. Nobody knows what you're thinking or what you're feeling or what's going on with you unless you express it, unless you bring it out into the open and discuss it. And that situation is going to be different for each of you. It's going to be different for all of you, but it's about your inner feelings, your inner workings, your intuition, your gut, and it's going to be divinely guided. It's going to be divinely guided. So that's going to be really important to connect. There's also, what are you fearing here? What are you fearing here? That there's not enough money, that the finances aren't going to balance. This is going to come up for you in September. Balancing the books, money coming in, money going out. Is there going to be a big expense that you're going to make in September? I feel like you're counting your pennies, you're balancing your pennies. What can I do with this? How much can I spend? This is what I want to do. Can I afford to do this? So there's some sort of planning going on here in September for you, some sort of planning with finances, with money, with what can I do with what I've got? How much is going to come in? Let's do our calculations so that we can see where we're at and what we're doing with this. So you're going to spend some time burning the candle late at night, working out your financial situation. And I want to say to you, is there something big you're going to purchase? Is there a big spend? Is there a big item you want to buy? Is there travel? There's something that you're planning for, and let's do these calculations. There's something there that at the moment is secretive. At the moment it's something you know. You haven't voiced it yet. You're still working out what you can achieve and what you can do with what you have, and where you potentially can get more increase your finances. But I feel like your finances do increase in September as well. So maybe that's what you're calculating, the increase, and where that's going to get you and what you can do with it. But I feel like it's a good thing. That's going to have positive results. And as you see September out, you're in total charge of September. You're in control of, at the end of September, you have control over it. You have control over your finances. You've sorted out, and you've been the driving force between your finances, your work environment, and balancing out your emotional state, your emotional situation. Whether you're in a relationship, or whether you're looking to establish a relationship and making space. The initial stages of a relationship, you have to make room for that relationship. You have to readjust for that relationship, make some space for it, some time for it, rearrange your life so that happens, but you're in control. You are going to be able to manage this. You're going to be able to manage it. You're going to be able to rein it in, so to speak, and find that happy medium, which I really like, because it moves you into October. And October is going to be an interesting month as well for you. It's like there's this big reshuffle. I'm reorganizing. I'm moving my pieces around. I'm moving the pieces of my life around to make it all fit properly, because at the moment it's not fitting. The pieces aren't fitting in quite properly. And so with the rearrangement, everything starts to fit in the way it should, fitting in properly. Interesting month, Sagittarius. My Sagittarians, interesting month. Increase in finances. Just don't be too focused on that and forget everything else, because there's a tendency for that, because there's a real excitement about, wow, I've all this work and promotion and money, and it's exciting. That's exciting. But keep it in perspective. Keep it in perspective. Let's see what the oracle cards are going to say to you about September. Words of wisdom. Here we go. Oh, No, too many. Wow, I got a whole stack of them. That's too many. Let's try again. We only want one. So, Sagittarius, what words of wisdom are coming your way? Okay. Divine passion. Divine passion. Let's see what that says. Let me put my glasses on. Let's see. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? And that's about the honesty. That's about being honest with yourself, being clear with yourself, exploring your emotions. Okay? Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? Go beneath the surface and really work it out. So that's interesting, isn't it? That's an interesting thing for September. Now let's have a look at your finances with the angels of abundance. What's going on with finances? Successful funding. Successful funding. And this is it. Money's coming your way in September, Sagittarius. Your idea is divinely guided and supported by the same infinite wisdom of God that gave you the idea. Do not allow money concerns to prevent you from turning it into reality. Crowdfunding, partnerships and other investments are available to help you. Interesting. Okay, so there's a whole lot of different opportunities here for you. So don't be, don't let your concerns, which is this, you're balancing things, balancing up, and is there enough? What can I do with what I have? I need more to do what I need to do. Don't be tied down to that, because things will flow for you. Things will flow for you. Okay, you're going to be, you're divinely guided, which is, it's interesting, because you got this card, which is being divinely guided. Okay, let's have a look at your love. What's going on with love? What's going on? Oh, you got two. I'll give you two because you got two. Okay, the first one you've got is challenging times. That's interesting, isn't it? Because it is challenging times. You're being asked to balance out your work and the pursuit of financial abundance and your love, your heart, opening that up and balancing out relationships, making time for meeting someone, having a relationship, growing together, as a partnership. So this is going to be challenging for you in learning how to balance all of this out, but it's coupled with success and growth. So while it's challenging, it's well worth the effort, because there is growth and there is success there for you, which is what is said in the reading. If you can balance those things, there is going to be success and growth in your business and in your relationships area. And relationships, if you don't want the significant other, it's relationships with any friends and family and many different people that you come into contact with. But that's that balance of being connected with people on a humane level, on a personal level, not a business level. So challenging times to balance everything in your life, but you will be successful in that balance, in creating that balance and that harmony that is going to be asked of you in the month of September. So I hope that this reading's been useful for you, it's been helpful for you, and it resonates with you. I wish you many, many blessings, my lovely Sagittarians, for September.